There we go. Amazing. You're all getting recorded now. And we will start. I'll share my screen with you. Share screen. And you'll have to all tell me if you can all see it, all right? Right, so can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I seen your mouth move saying yeah. I'm just guessing. Right, perfect. So today, basically, what I wanted to do is just kind of give out free information and share with you my knowledge so you can walk away with something as well, obviously, and learn from it yourselves. There's people here that are my clients. There's people here that are not my clients. So it's a big range and variety of people, okay? So we will start with a little bit about myself. So basically, when I was about 16 to 18, I loved going out, drinking, binge eating. I was really, really unhappy in my body. I did start the gym when I was 18 because I was like, right, I need to do something about this. I'm really unhappy with how I look. So I decided to go to the gym. And the reason I did that was actually because I seen a girl on Instagram and she massively inspired me. I was like, wow, she looks insane. I want to look like that. So at the age of 18, I stepped my foot in the gym with a more serious head on. Before I'd go, like, you know, with my mum, because I was young, whatever. But at the age of 18, I was like, this is it. I am training and I want to compete with that in mind, obviously, at the age of 18. So I actually started competing at the age of 20 for 3 years. And I don't know how many of you have followed me for how long, but it took, I competed for 3 years and my health took a massive hit, okay? So I was extreme dieting. I was on about 1,200 calories, doing endless hours of cardio. I was very, very lean. I was 47 kilo, I was tiny. And those of you who have known me for a long time will know that I looked very unhealthy. So through that, I then lost my cycle, I lost my hair, not all of it obviously, but I still got bald patches. I then developed an underactive thyroid. I've got a hormone imbalance. I got told that I was infertile and couldn't have kids for 3 years. Not the case anymore, which I'll be happy to share it with you all. I will be able to have kids. And obviously it impacted my gut massively. So it was a very, very restrictive lifestyle and not maintainable at all. But that's what I used to believe, like this is what you needed to do to stay in shape. Okay. Now I am all about balance. Hang on, somebody's in the waiting room, admit. So now I am all about balance and I preach it on social media. You know, I'm heavier than I was before, not my ideal weight, still slightly above that. I'm curvier, but my body is healthy. I've healed my gut, I've healed my hormones, I've regained my cycle, and I have the balance of enjoying my life, training hard and eating out. So last night I went out, had a few drinks. Today I went to the gym in the morning. You know, it's about having that balance of being able to do both and not think, oh my God, I went out last night, I'm going to sabotage myself even further. You need to have the balance of doing them two things, okay? So we'll cover nutrition and fad diets, bloating, time of the month, so menstrual cycle, PMS, cravings, how to manage them, training, why consistency wins, self-care, and kind of what to do after a diet phase, okay? Who's got this?
Thyroid, like I got in a minute, and she's treated it herself just by diet.
Yeah. Girls, can we all mute? Can we all mute ourselves? Can we all mute ourselves? And then if somebody wants to speak, just like kind of put a message in and then unmute yourself, just so I don't have like loads of people speaking at once. Is that okay? I can't hear any background noise now. Is everyone else okay? Thanks, guys. How do I do that then? Hang on. Oh, you know what?
I think, Dom, there's something next to a name that literally you can just mute it. There's a microphone, you can just click it yourself.
Mute. Hang on. But that's about muting me. How do I mute? Right, somebody that knows how to work Zoom, tell me how to mute everyone else. Participants. Mute all, got you. You're all on mute, sorry. Okay, so, right. from there, training, why consistency wins, self-care, and what now. So first of all, we will cover nutrition. Okay. So what is everyone's knowledge on nutrition? What is the importance of nutrition when it comes to fat loss and muscle gain? So what do people actually know? You can pop that in the chat. Can everybody hear me? Or is it just Emma that can't hear me? You should be able to hear me. Perfect. Amazing. High protein diet, good. Calorie deficit, amazing. Balance, yes. Has to be balanced, but it's hard to know what it is, of course. Calorie deficit, yeah, perfect. So, nutrition. So everyone's heard the saying, abs are made in the kitchen, right? Couldn't be any more true. So I believe it's a 70-30, can be 80-20, anything like that. So when you're in a calorie deficit, that is when fat loss happens. So you can't lose fat unless you are in a calorie deficit, okay? Now, I preach the 70-30 because if you exercise all you want, endless hours of cardio, you can be training every day, whatever. But if your nutrition is not on point, you will not lose weight, okay? So you need to be in a calorie deficit. So basically burning more than what you are putting in. So calories in versus calories out to be able to lose weight, right? So nutrition also helps obviously with your body and your mind, energy, sleep, your balancing hormones, reducing sugar cravings. So it's really, really important to have this balanced diet. Then you'll ask yourself, so what is a good diet? What is a good diet to follow? Now, for me, everybody's different. One person might feel that keto is the best for them. Another person might feel just a balanced diet. Everybody is very, very different. So what one diet is good for one person, it may not be good for another person. Okay. So it's one that you can adhere to. So if you ever ask anybody, what is the best diet? I will always say one that you can work with and one that you can adhere to. Okay. So like I said before, with fat loss, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So calories in versus calories out to be able to lose fat. When it comes to muscle gain, we need to be in a calorie surplus, okay? So you need to be over your maintenance calories for one. And I'm not saying maintenance calories, you can go out and eat McDonald's, eat all the unhealthy foods. If you eat rubbish quality foods and you're trying to gain weight or gain muscle, you will just gain fat. So you need to eat good food still and still train hard, okay? And I've had clients that have come to me, we've been through the fat loss stage and now we are onto the building stage. So the calories are going up, but they're still eating nice healthy food so that the body composition is great, okay? So being in a surplus provides your body with energy to then be able to repair itself and build more muscle mass, okay? So fad diets, my favorite topic ever. So what is the fad diet and what have you tried? Pop it in the chat for me. Let's see what people are saying. Yes, Fran, you can forward the link, get her to join in, no problem. I'm still adding people in as we go along, so I'm sorry about that, guys. Special K diet. Juicing, yes. Juice Plus, there's a few Juice Plus. Grapefruit diet. Never heard of that one before. Rach is well aware of a diet, the little cult. So I'm sure she'll pop that in the chat for me. Look at her laughing. Absolutely. Keto's not actually a fad diet. So I'll go through that. Slim fast, yes. Bananas, mashing your bananas. Yeah, perfect. So we all have an idea of that, which is amazing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have tried all these diets, okay? So a fad diet is a plan that is sold as the best and fastest approach to losing weight. For example, your Cambridge, your juicing, Atkins, Slim Fast, 3-day diet, everything like that. It's basically sold to you for the quickest way to lose weight, but it's not really maintainable, is it? So when you did a fad diet, did they work for you? If they did, amazing. Tell me why. If they didn't, also why? Why did they not work for you? What did you find that it was with the fad diets that made you think, well, this is not worth it at all? Pop me some bits in the chat. Yep. Starving. Yep. Boring. Yeah. Not sustainable. Regain weight. Yeah. Yo-yo dieting. Amazing. Perfect. That's what we like. exactly what you all said. So why they don't work. You eliminate foods that contain necessary nutrients that your body needs to maintain good health. So, for example, with a juicing diet, yes, you get all the vitamins that you need from the fruit, but you're not having your protein sources, you're not having other fats or carb sources, and we need every sort of food source to be able to live a healthy lifestyle, okay? It creates disordered eating habits because you get so used to eating that sort of diet that you think everything else you can't have. And you're like, if I eat that, I will gain weight. So it's really unhealthy relationship with food. No long-term effects, as many of you have said, which you do a juicing diet, you stop, you gain the weight again. Slim fast, another one. You drink shakes, amazing, you lose a lot of weight. You start eating, you gain weight. It's an all or nothing approach. So you need to be committed to that diet for the rest of your life if you want it to work, basically, which none of you will because it's not a maintainable lifestyle. One that I have a little bicker with every time is Slimming World. And I know a lot of you probably have done Slimming World. My mum's done it. My auntie's done it. It works for people. It's great. But for me, what doesn't make sense is you get a banana and you can eat it, right? And then you get a banana and you mash it and you can't eat it. Now, I don't understand how mashing a banana makes it any different. Apparently it's something to do with the sugars, but the sugars are still the same. It makes no difference, okay? So it's just a little bit of a strange way to give people food. Like, I just don't understand how that works. And again, with, for example, Slimming World, it's a very low fat diet. So that's how you tend to lose the weight. As females, we need healthy fats. So a lot of you who would have done Slimming World and have been on it for a long time, you may probably have hormone problems because you've been not having the fats. Right, what have we got in the chat? Exactly, calling food sins. Again, that's not a healthy relationship with food. Food is not a sin. Like, food is the best thing that God has created, you know? It's the best thing that God has created. Yeah, exactly. Putting them in smoothies reduces nutrients, 100%. Like, I just don't understand where people are getting this from. Because you blend a fruit, it loses nutrients. Absolutely not. Anyway, next topic. Enough of fad diets. I'm not going to be negative. Let's talk bloating, which I know a lot of you come to me with, clients and people that aren't clients and need help with bloating. It's a very, very, very big topic, okay? So what causes of bloating do you experience, when and why? If you know why, put it in. If you don't, just let me know what sort of bloating you experience. What causes you to get that? Pop it in the chat. Yep. Time of the month, cycle. Yep. IBS. Yep. Cycle. No, absolutely normal. All absolutely normal. Eating late at night. I'm just reading it out just in case no one's in the chat. Not everyone's in the chat. Perfect. So, common causes of bloating. Number one, medication. Now, things like aspirin, iron, they can cause bloating. So if you're on them, expect to be a little bit bloated than normal. And later on, I will give you things to do to kind of help you with bloating, okay? Next one, eating and chewing your food too fast. Now, I know a lot of you live very busy lifestyles. Your mums, you have very busy jobs. So you tend to just go quickly, grab something, really, really quickly eat, and then go get on with your day. Now, this is the worst thing you can do for bloating, okay? So it should take you about 20 minutes to eat each meal, and each mouthful should have 30 to 50 chews. I mean, if you're eating soup, not the case, but with normal food, that is what you should do. And speaking from experience, when I was a nurse, and I was on prep, I needed to eat 6 meals a day. And as a nurse, you get 2 breaks, even if you get 2 breaks, you know, that doesn't often happen. So I was like, right, how do I get 6 meals in a day? I would hide in the cupboard. I'm not even kidding you. Sometimes the toilet as well. And I would shovel my food down in like a minute, like a full-on meal in a minute, and then I'd be out just to go and work again. And that is so, so unhealthy because your food doesn't digest in your stomach because you're not chewing it properly, okay? So it's very important for you to chew your food and eat it slowly. It needs to be mush before you swallow it. Next, eating large meals. So if you have 3 meals a day and they are very big meals, you will more than likely see that you are very, very bloated after them. So it's so much better to have 4 or 5 smaller meals, and then your body's not having to overwork to break down the food, okay? Next, hormonal changes, again, related to your cycle. So Bloating, we all experience as females, absolutely normal before our cycle, normally about 7 to 10 days before. Clients always come to me, oh my God, I'm bloated. Oh my God, my stomach's hurting. This is normal. PMS symptoms, we all have them, but we shouldn't be getting them at a very high scale. So it should be very, very low, okay? Hang on, let's add another person in. Welcome, Emma. So the next cause of bloating, stress. Now, stress is massive when it comes to bloating, okay? Stress slows down the digestion. So this is why you'll probably experience bloating, okay? Next on the agenda, fizzy drinks. Again, because the gas, the bubbles, they cause you to be bloated. So if you have a number of cans a day, you will experience bloating. So I always say to clients, try to stick to 1 a day. That's still quite a lot, but 1 a day is better than 2, 3, 4 a day, okay? Not enough water. So our body needs water to digest food. Again, if you don't drink enough water, your body will not break down the food correctly and you will experience bloating. And not enough fiber, which is massive. That's probably why a lot of people experience constipation, because they haven't got enough fiber to get the stomach going to then go to the toilet. Okay. So normal versus not normal. I'll just have a drink, keep my water intake high. So what is normal? Feeling full and satisfied after a meal. If you eat a meal and you're like, I'm stuffed, that's normal. It's absolutely normal. What isn't normal is feeling uncomfortable and in pain after meals, okay? Another thing, excess gas. Having gas after eating or when you're bloated is not normal. So having little gas is better. If you find that you eat something and it causes you gas, it's not good for you. Then bloating on your period, absolutely normal. Waking up bloated, not normal. If you're on your cycle, that's fine. Absolutely fine, but waking up every day bloated should not be a thing. That's like a little trigger. You should know straight away that's a red flag. Okay, just like men are red flags. That is also a red flag. Daily solid stools is completely normal. Being sick, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, bloating, again, not normal. If you experience any of this, listen to the next slide and I will go through everything with you. So how to manage bloating. I have a lot of clients that work with me with gut problems and intolerances, etc., PCOS, endometriosis, everything. So we always find that these sorts of conditions make you more bloated as well. So what I do with clients is complete a food diary, first of all. So what you do is you write down every single meal you have and how you feel before it, during it, adding another person, and how you feel after the meal. So I always get them to write out every single day in a diary how they feel before, during, and after a meal. From there, we go through the process of elimination. So you eliminate the food that you find that don't agree with you and cause you to be bloated, okay? Now, this could take time because you might find it's multiple sources that cause this, okay? Then we choose the correct foods. So we avoid processed foods, sugary things, fried, sweeteners, and we incorporate healthy, whole, low FODMAP foods. So a low FODMAP food is, if you go on to, I can send you all a FODMAP out actually, and you can all have a look. It's things that don't tend to cause you to be gassy and bloated. So for example, no dairy, certain vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, onions. Onions tends to be massive with people and they don't realize it. You add it into your cooking, you're like, oh my God, what was it in this meal that caused me to be bloated? A lot of the time, it will be an onion. Broccoli doesn't agree with me, cauliflower doesn't agree with me. So we need to make sure that we avoid things that obviously causes bloating, which, like I said, will take time. So ways to manage the bloat. First of all, we slow down the eating and we chew well, as I spoke on the previous slide. Avoid drinking with meals. So you should not be having a glass of Coke or water, anything with your meal. And the reason behind this is you should be chewing your food enough and producing enough saliva to swallow the food and not feel the need to drink. Now, myself, over my gut protocol, I actually did this and I sat there and Anton would finish his dinner and I would be halfway through mine. And I didn't need to drink because I chewed my food so much, it was like mush and I produced so much saliva in my mouth. So next time you go and have a meal, give this a go. It'll take you longer to eat your meal, but at the same time, you won't be as hungry when you finish because you've actually taken longer to eat your meal. So another thing, eating frequently and having smaller meals. As I said before, little and often is so much better for your digestion. Another thing, pardon me, eating at the table and avoiding TV. So dinner should be a social thing. You should sit down with your family, your friends at the table, eat, socialize, take your time with your dinner. Because half the time we sit down on the sofa, we watch TV and we don't acknowledge what we actually eat. And you end up shoveling it down. You don't think about it. You finish your food, you're hungry, you're bloated, and you're like, what the hell just happened? Okay. Go on a walk after a meal to aid digestion. This is massive. So after every meal, I would probably say 10-15 minutes after you finish, go on a little walk, get some steps in, you'll feel better. It will reduce your bloating for one, you'll get moving, it'll help digest the food, and all in all, you will feel better. And getting a good probiotic is really, really helpful as well. I mean, you can consume food with probiotic, which is important anyway, but this is just like a little boost to help with that. So next topic, time of the month. This is going to be interesting. So we're going to cover menstrual cycle, PMS symptoms, how to manage PMS, and cravings, okay? Huge topic because we're all females, so we all want to learn. This is going to be really interesting. So how many stages of the menstrual cycle are there? Pop it in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many numbers? Give me a number. 3, 4. The reason why I say this is very interesting is because as females, we should know this information. And before I did all my research and before I became a coach and focused on hormones, I actually thought there was 3, but there are 4 stages to the cycle. Okay. So we'll go through them now. Oh, actually, no. Next question. What are the stages of the menstrual cycle? This is a little bit more interesting. If you don't know, just say you don't know. It's absolutely fine. Don't expect you to know this. But it's just a little insight into see what people know and what people don't know. Don't know, absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. This is what I mean, like people don't actually know. And as females, we should know this information. So I'm glad that you don't know, because now I can tell you, I can inform you, and then you know. Follicular is one of them. Yep, amazing. Right. So the first stage of the menstrual cycle is your menstrual stage, believe it or not. This is your period day, okay? So this is normally day 1 to 5. So all this that I'm going for is around the 28-day cycle, which should be a standard cycle for a female, but we don't all experience that, and I will go through that later. So day 1 to 5 is your period. This is, at this stage, this is where your progesterone drops, okay? Your estrogen peaks, and then it drops. So in this stage, we feel a little bit weaker, we're bleeding, we're losing iron, we feel like shit, we don't want to do anything. So the best thing to do at this stage is go for a walk, do a little bit of yoga, really light weight training, don't strain yourself too much, okay? The next stage is the follicular stage. So this is day 6 to 12. So this is where your FSH gets sent to the ovaries, ready for release of an egg, and your estrogen increases. And your estrogen is your female hormone, okay? So the first half of this stage, you will feel a little bit restless because you're still following your period. But the second half, this is where you really get a kick and a boost. So your energy is higher, you can do cardio classes, weight training, like you'll have a lot more energy in this stage, okay? Following the follicular, we have ovulation. So this is day 13 to 15. So your estrogen is at its highest here. Your FSH and your LH rise, your testosterone drops. So this is our most fertile stage. So if you're trying for a baby, this is where you need to do it. This is where you will more than likely get pregnant. Or if you don't want to, then miss this part. So within our ovulation, because our estrogen is really high, sex drives through the roof. So this is where we have a lot of energy. Our strength is amazing. Your mood is amazing. You feel high on life. And this is where you need to be really aiming for your PBs in the gym. This is where you can give it your all and feel amazing. Okay. The next stage is the luteal phase. Sorry, I'm just having to move the camera feature so I can see what I'm reading as well. So this is your day 16 to 28. So your progesterone and estrogen rise and then the drop. So first half, again, following the ovulation, you've got loads of energy, you feel great. And then the second half, you start to experience PMS symptoms, low energy, and starting to feel a bit meh, basically. So for a normal female, a menstrual cycle is 28 to 30 days. Now, this is not for everybody. When I lost my cycle and it took me a while to get it back, I started with a 46-day cycle. So this is very similar to people that are going through menopause. I then obviously started working on everything, and I got it to 39 days, then 33 days, and now I'm about 28, 29, which is a standard textbook cycle. So half of us probably don't know whereabouts we are in our menstrual cycle. This is why it's so important to note when your period is. I'll give you an app as well to download called Kindara, and you take your morning temperature every single day in the mouth like this. And from there, you can actually see when you ovulate, because your temperature increases just before your period and then it drops. And that's when we get our period. So it's very good to keep track of your cycle. I use it all the time and it's so, so helpful. So as you see, our hormones are very up and down throughout the 28 days. So if you feel like you're going batshit crazy, you're actually not. We are all like this. We are all experiencing the same things, okay? If your mood's all over, your energy's all over, this is why your hormones are like this all the way throughout the month. And then the month's over and then we go again. So we have a lot to deal with as females, and I really feel for us all, okay? So PMS symptoms, put me some in the chat that you are experiencing. If you're on the pill, do you still have these stages? Yes, you do still have these stages if you are on the pill. However, depending what pill you're on, because some pills you don't bleed. So obviously you don't have the bleed, but you still go through the cycle. So you will still experience your PMS symptoms before your period. I've been on various pills before and I'd still experience it. And if anything, they made me more hormonal, more emotional. I was a nightmare. I'd cry all the time. And when I came off the pill, it was the best thing I ever done. So I advise everybody, I mean, don't get pregnant. That's not what I'm saying. Just be careful. But coming off the pill is massive. It was massive for me, game changer. So PMS symptoms, no energy, feeling not worthy and weepy. I experience all that. Bloating, emotional. Yeah, we all get emotional. You know what? We should have a monthly call and just all cry to one another. Muscle ache, angry. Yeah. All of these are absolutely normal. Muscle pain, leg pain. Absolutely amazing. So mood swings is one of the most common PMS symptoms that we all get. Like I said to you just before, our hormones are very all over the shop. So there's nothing you can do about that. Your mood's going to be up and down and your partner just has to really deal with that. Fatigue and trouble sleeping, another massive one. We are very tired. We have sleepless nights. And again, it's you're not on your own. Everybody's going through the same thing. Headaches, bloating, cramps, as I've covered before, tender breasts, emotional, cravings, breakouts and greasy hair. I get this, it's absolutely horrific, honestly. Not the best. My hair, I have to wash it every day. And weight gain. I put this one last and I put a question mark against it because it is not actual weight gain. So when I have clients checking in once a month, everybody goes, panic mode, I've gained weight. No, you haven't. You are just due your period. That is literally what is happening. You are due your period. Okay, so when it comes to that, this is why I always like to know when everybody's period is. And if you're not tracking it, please start tracking it from now. Because then once a month, we will see in your graph on the app, if you're a client of mine, that is, you will see your weight's going down, 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 and you'll go up, up, back down. And the weight gain's there because of water retention. Hormones are changing, they're very up and down, and it's just what happens. We just have to deal with it. But you just need to change your mindset and know that it's not actual weight gain, okay? Because you'll lose it. Literally, as soon as you start your period, you lose it. I weighed myself the other day. I was 61.9 kilo and came on my period 2 days ago. Weighed myself today. I'm 61.9 down. It's not, you just need to accept it, you know, and being aware of it is half the battle. Okay. So how to manage PMS symptoms. We all want to know. Get plenty of sleep. Massive. I know if you struggle with fatigue and getting enough sleep, get a good magnesium supplement. This helps a lot. So when clients tell me they struggle sleeping, struggle getting to sleep, good magnesium supplement. It helps to relax you. It relaxes your muscle. You have a good sleep. You don't wake up as much in the night, and it helps to increase your energy levels the next day. We all know if we all have a bad night's sleep, we wake up groggy and just not in the mood for anything. Second point, exercise. Now, you might think I'm crazy saying, well, why would I want to exercise on my period? I don't want to do that. But it actually helps release endorphins and ease the PMS symptoms, such as stomach pains, okay? You get moving, you'll feel so much better after it. Another big thing, avoid caffeine, alcohol, sugary foods, processed foods. All these things will increase your PMS symptoms and will increase your cravings as well. And you'll get the bloating and everything else. And the last thing you want is to be bloated even more on your period. Caffeine being the worst one for it. It's terrible. I love caffeine, but I can't have it anymore. So love-hate relationship. Water. Drink at least 2 liters of water, because as females, when it's our period, we hold more water. To get rid of that water, as crazy as it sounds, you need to drink more to flush yourself out. But now, if you are drinking more, you also need to make sure you are topping up your electrolytes, okay? So this will be with salt all your meals, in your cooking or after you've cooked, whatever, salt all your meals or get a good electrolyte supplement. And the last point, self-care. Get a bath, read a book, go on a walk, pamper yourself, do something nice for you and take it easy and don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Once a month, you can have that time to yourself where you just look after yourself because your body needs it, okay? Cravings, another huge topic. Everybody experiences them, not just on the periods, throughout their fitness journeys as well. Contraception. What do you want to know about contraception before I move on? Ask me questions. I will have questions at the end if anybody wants to ask any questions. So shall we go through everything and then keep your questions till the end and then you can just ask me and I will talk about contraception. Absolutely. What time is it finished? Probably about 20 minutes. Sorry, I'll try to be quick. So cravings, why do we get them? First of all, hormone changes, which cause a drop in your blood sugar levels. So then you're like, I need more. Serotonin levels are low during our cycle as well. Our progesterone peaks and we crave the sugars and carbohydrates because the body uses carbs to make serotonin. Okay. So if our serotonin levels are low, you crave sugars because our body wants more serotonin because that serotonin is your happy hormone. So they just want carbs. Carbs makes us happy, right? So how to avoid temptation and control them. Portion control and meal timings is massive. Again, eating little and often will help to curb your cravings. If you're eating 3 times a day, for me, I couldn't do that because I like to eat. I like to eat often. So I find that little and often works best for me. Drinking more water because half the time you're not actually hungry. You just need a drink. You're thirsty. Okay. So before you eat, have a drink. Have a herbal tea because that helps with cravings as well. Because if you have something sugary, even a sweetened coffee with sweeteners, sugar-free syrups, that will still trigger you, okay? So it'll just make it worse. Have a fruit smoothie, banana, berries, avocado, protein. Make it nice, make it tasty. Yogurts with honey berries, peanut butter, dark chocolate, all the healthy things that you can have and the sweet and the curb your cravings. 10-cal jelly and sugar-free drinks, I say have them, but limit them because of the sweetness. Again, that could actually set you off more. Everyone's very different. For me, it doesn't set me off. I'm fine. My boyfriend, he's terrible. He has something and then he needs to have 10 more. So everybody's very different, you know, so you just need to find what works for you. Any recommendations for magnesium supplement? Yes, I will send you over. It's called Supplement Needs. So there's different types of magnesium ones. So any questions at the end or any information you want me to send over, drop me a message and I'll send it right over to you. So self-care. Oops, skipped a slide. How do you practice self-care? So for everybody, it will look very, very different, okay? So self-care means taking time to do things for yourself. It helps improve your physical and your mental health, okay? So I know a lot of you are busy, you've got moms, you look after everyone else and you leave yourself to last. And that is the worst thing you can do because if you can't look after yourself, you can't look after the ones you love. You need to be on full form, happy with how you are to be able to care for everyone else, okay? So taking time for self-care will help manage stress, lower your risk of illness and increase your energy. Self-care is king. So different ways of self-care. Everyone has different ways, okay? Read a book, do your hobby, go to a dance class, go to a Zumba class, have a pamper day, get your nails done, get your hair done, feel all glam. Exercise, which makes the people feel better, journaling and gratitude. This is huge. For me, I've done gratitude for years, but you find that when something bad happens in your life, you kind of go back to it. Because you need to realize and be aware of the little things in life that you are grateful for. There's a great app called Morning. And I'd honestly suggest everyone to download it. Every morning, you get up, you put what you're grateful for and what would be better, what would make your day better. And it's such a good app, and you realize the small things in life, even when you feel like everything's crumbling down, you are always grateful for something. I'm grateful for my aircon. I feel sorry for all you lot with the hot weather in the UK and you're sweating. I've got my aircon. I'm fine. You know, I'm grateful for my aircon today. I'm grateful for the sun that's burnt my face. Grateful to have you all here on this call. It's just so nice. It just makes you feel so much more positive. Meditation, again, helps me with my anxiety, helps me feel more relaxed. I tend to do it at night. It helps me fall asleep. Meditation is not easy, but it comes with time. It's taken me months to get into it. And sometimes I still struggle, but I advise everybody to do it. And affirmations as well. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you are the queen. Socialize and time alone. So some people might like to spend time alone, have a little bit of a hermit the crab. I like to do that every now and again. Or socialize, go see your friends who might feel better. And nutrition. Nutrition is massive. If you want to take care of yourself, don't go for Macca's, because you'll eat that and then you'll feel like rubbish, and then it's just a vicious cycle. When I say nutrition, eat something nice that'll make you feel good, okay? And if you want ideas, holler at me, go on my Instagram page, or ask me to put it on your plan, and I will do that if it allows. Which app? The morning app. I'll pop it in the chat actually. I'm just going to answer a few questions. So morning app is the gratitude. Hindara is the cycle tracker. There you go. Starting with you has made me prioritize my own self-care. I go to the gym 4 times a week, which is finally just made time. So important, so important. And a lot of the time I feel like you need somebody to help with that, to kind of get you into the routine and make you feel like it's okay to do that, because it is. So training, a little touch on training, nothing major, because this was more about hormones, females, etc. But these are the questions I often get asked, okay? So how long should a training plan be followed for? Now, I get this all the time, so it's something I wanted to cover. A training plan should be followed for 8 to 12 weeks, or when a goal changes. So say we're on a fat loss journey and we've got a training plan, then we decide we're finished with the fat loss journey and we're starting to build, that is when your plan changes. The reason for that is because if I was to change your training plan every single week, you're not going to progress and you're not going to grow. To grow muscle and to tone, maybe I shouldn't say to grow muscle because people might get a little bit scared, but to tone your body and to look good, you need to do the same thing day in, day out. Use progressive overload to get results. By progressive overload, what I mean is progressive in your weights and reps every session. So this is why you need to rinse and repeat the exercises that you are doing so that you get to where you want to be, okay? Consistency is key. Right, so what now? This is another thing that my clients wanted me to cover, so I'm covering it. So you finished your diet, you have worked very, very hard to get where you are now. So how do you now not undo all the hard work? So I have clients that have been with me for years. I've had clients who have been with me a few months, a few weeks. Now, everybody's time comes to leave because I'm there to help you. I'm not going to be there for the rest of your life, okay? So what happens when you finish with me or any coach or any diet? So you should have by now learned and incorporated new positive lifestyle habits, okay? So from working with me, you should know what to do when you go out, what to eat and drink on social occasions. Hang on, someone's admitting. On social occasions, you should have that knowledge now. And I'm always there at the other end of the phone anyway, if you need me. So the key is don't go back to your old ways. This is your new lifestyle that you have built. You've incorporated new healthy habits. Stick to it. If you want to maintain results, you need to maintain this new lifestyle because this is you now. And if you want to look good and feel good, this is what you do. And I know that with me, all my clients love the plan, they love the food, they love the training, and it's their new way of life. So why would you want to go backwards, okay? So next thing to do is work out your maintenance calories, okay? So the easiest way to do this, to get an approximate, I mean, there's loads of different apps to do it on, but it's times your body weight in pounds by 15. Okay, so for example, I'm around 136 pounds times 15 is around 2,022 calories, something like that. Calculator in my head. So that's how you work it out basically. You need to find the balance, the 80-20, the 70-30, enjoying yourself on a weekend if you want. Don't the arse like I have for the last 4 weeks because it's just been terrible. I've had birthdays, events, this and that. Don't say it, do what as I say, not as I do. But finding the balance, in all seriousness, you need to find the balance to be able to Monday to Friday, say, or Monday to Saturday, or Sunday to Friday, whatever, eat healthy. And then if you have a meal out, have a meal out. Don't make it into a full cheat day, okay? Make sure you are having all your good foods in the day, so then you can enjoy a meal out at night. And what I always say to clients, I always want a 3 months commitment minimum from yourself. The reason behind this is because we need time to build healthy habits. We need time to get into a new routine and learn and gain new knowledge from myself, okay? Case study. Giving you a little insight, this really excites me. So this is Rach, one of my clients. She was my PT client to start with, and then she was my online coach client. She's been with me since 2022. So she tried all the fat diets, pills, potions, shakes, everything we spoke about. She'd eat very little on some days and have massive binges. She'd go to the cult place where they don't let you mash a banana, which we all know what that is. She put her body through a lot and she'd given up. She wanted to be the best version of herself and desperately wanted to just feel better. So when she came to me, she was 100 kilos. She hated how she looked. We talked about online training, and initially Rachel was like, oh, I don't think I'll be able to stick to this. It's online. It won't be structured enough for me. But then she thought, what have I got to lose? And this is Rachel before and after, okay? This picture on the right was actually a few months back as well, so she's looking fire now. So turns out 16 kilos down, that's Rachel on her wedding day, and in a bikini feeling absolutely fabulous. So Rach said she was completely wrong about the online coaching. It's structured, supportive, very tailored to her. She has the weekly check-ins to keep her on track. She is lowest weight she has ever been, and the thought of going lower is absolutely insane. So we are still working and trying to progress. So looking for a quick fix led her to a very unhealthy relationship with food, and it wasn't sustainable in the long run. So being with me, she's learned about her body, the fitness journey and everything else. And most importantly, she's improved her mental health and her relationship with food and herself, okay? So this was just a little case study because Rachel's been with a very long time. So she has approved for me to post this and for you all to see. So thank you very much, Rach. So any questions? I feel like I've talked for so long, my mouth is so dry. Any questions? Yes, no? So we had a question, hang on, let me scroll up. How do you get away from an online coach that you don't want to work with? Well, first of all, speak to them, say what's not working, what you find. I hope you're not talking about me. Tell them that you're just not happy, you know, like, or that it's your time to move on, fly the nest, find something new because you want to learn from somebody else. That's absolutely fine. If your coach is a good coach, they will take that on the chin and be like, it's been lovely to have you, but go, I wish you all the best, you know? And if your coach doesn't do that, then you don't want them as a coach. Next, I'm on the mini pill and get no period. How does that affect me? I mean, it's not very natural. And I'm just going to be honest. For me, I think having a period is so important, not just for your hormones, for your mental health, for your body. We need to flush these things out, okay? So hang on, because questions are flying in, so I'm like, So it's not the best for your body, like I say. You should be having a cycle every single month, and for your hormones and for your body to even conceive, like, we need to be having that period. So for me, I always advise clients to either come off contraceptive pill, because GPs often say, if you don't want PMS symptoms, if you have really strong periods, come onto the pill. Absolutely not. That is the worst thing you can do. Going onto the pill to manage your PMS symptoms is so backwards. Like, it just does not make sense. Things like the contraceptive pill, implants, everything else makes our PMS symptoms worse. And if you find that you've got heavy bleeds, then there's something underlying and we need to fix it, okay? Well, you can come back. You're more than welcome anytime. I struggle to work out when I do 12-hour shifts. Any tips? I feel like I work out too much on my days off to compensate. Okay, so depends how many 12-hour shifts you do a week. Say if you've got 3 days of no work, just train 3 days a week. For myself, it depends on your goals as well. For myself, I obviously competed and I was a nurse, and I would get up at 5 a.m, go to the gym, go to work, leave work, go to the gym again and go home. I was shattered. It's not a lifestyle. It's not great. So maybe some days you can go before or after the gym, not every day, maybe once a week. And then on the rest of the days, train on your days off. Contraception question. So which contraception is the best to go on? None. If I'm honest, nothing. Because what you're doing with a contraceptive pill, you are pumping hormones into your body. You're emotional as it is, your body's going through hell through the 28 days, and you are just pumping more hormones into your body, okay? And if you need to be on the contraceptive pill, everyone's very different. Some people forget to take the pill, it's not for them. Some people get coils, work for them, others have absolute nightmares with them. So it's very much person dependent. And if you feel that nothing's working for you, I would highly advise coming off it, you know. But I did it. I was on the pill for 7 years. I came off it. Best thing I ever done. I will vouch for that. Honestly, it's the best thing I ever done. If you get pregnant, it's not my fault. Don't leave the baby at my doorstep. How do you learn to know your balance of meals without me telling you? So what I do is, for clients, I don't base it around calories. I base it around your proteins, carbs, and fats. So your proteins, it depends on it should be 1 pound per body weight with your protein. And then the rest you can manipulate between carbs and fats, yes. For example, for me at the moment, I eat quite a high fat diet. I have about 80 grams of fat a day and only 120 grams of carbs. 1, I feel less bloated. 2, I feel more energy. 3 is better for my body. Fats, healthy fats though, are so much better for your body than carbs. Okay, and you don't crave as much. Opinion on coil during menopause. Again, your body's going through a lot through menopause. So being on any contraceptive is kind of adding to the nightmare that you are already having, okay? So with anything like that, I would advise coming off it, getting natural supplements to help with that, which I can definitely, if you drop me a private message, I can help you with that. Again, endometriosis and the pill, the GPs make no sense. I don't know. Honestly, I hope nobody's got a GP friend here because I'm just absolutely slagging GPs off, and doctors. It's not the case. So if you have anything like PCOS, endometriosis, you don't want to be on the pill, okay? And eating a diet that is full of high fats, so your avocados, your coconut oils, your salmon, anything like that, you need a high fat diet for your hormones, okay? 3 times a week is enough to train, yes, if that is your lifestyle. If you can only do 3 weeks, is that all you can manage? Yes, absolutely. Like I say, I always focus on balance and making sure that it's to suit your lifestyle. Because if you can't do more, if I tell you to train 5 times a week and you can't get to the gym, you're not going to follow the plan. So it's absolutely pointless. So if 3 times a week is enough for you, it is enough for you. I have clients who don't train at all because they just can't fit it in. So everyone's very different. Never double up on the session. No. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't personally. How can I find the right program as I feel quite stagnant at the moment? What do you mean in terms of program? As in coaching, as in diet, training? Let me know a little bit more on that. The thought of using condoms is a no thanks. I mean, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it because this is getting recorded. Can I do another? I mean, yeah, I mean, the response from you guys has been really good. There was meant to be 40 people on, and I can't actually see how many are on right now. But I will definitely do another one of these. Obviously, this one I wanted to base more on hormones and things like that, as it's something that creeps up very, very frequent. But if you want me to do one about training and other things, send me ideas and I will do one, not a problem. What's my opinion on vaping? Are you ready? I have 2 vapes. As I said, don't do as I do. So do as I say, not as I do. Vaping's terrible. not gonna lie. I actually did stop for 3 months, and then Anton had a vape. I started again, and it's just horrific. I am actually going to start from next week when I go back to the UK. It's not great for our health. However, for me, it helps remove my cravings, but I'm not promoting vaping. This is health. This is the health seminar. No. 25 participants, amazing. So that's not bad out of 40. Oh, so nice, girls. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you for all the questions. You're all actually very, very interactive. I really appreciate this. It's been really nice. I'm glad you've learned a lot. And if anyone's got any other questions, just drop me a message. For anyone that's not a client, obviously, if you want help, I'll drop you a message after this as well. We can book in a free call. We can have a chat, see what your plan is, what you need help with, and I can do that. Not a problem. No problem, babe. You can speak to me. Drop me a message after this if you need to. I hope this has motivated you all so much as well. And I will, if you want another one of these on something else, again, tell me and I will plan it. It's been an amazing outcome. Thank you so much for taking your Sunday night to obviously come on this. I have recorded it. If anybody wants it, I will send it to you, because I'm going to send it to the girls that didn't turn up or couldn't make it. So thank you all so much. Love you all. And I'll speak to you all in check-in, to my ladies, and those who aren't, drop me a message and I will drop you all a message after as well. Okay, have a lovely evening. Love you all. Mwah. Now let me stop sharing my screen. Oh, actually, wait, no, stop, no, I want to take a picture. Oh, damn it. Didn't make it. But thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. Bye.